They're not scared. They're not intimidated. They're coming in here to win, and they've done it before.
And the opening tip controlled by Florida State. Their point guard, Jalen Warley, had Georgia on the ropes in the ACC SEC Challenge, had UNC on the ropes in Chapel Hill. Just couldn't finish it. Down low, Darin Green blocked, and it comes to Nate Litteris. A lot of small lineups, they'll spread you out. James passed on a three. Driscoll's not going to like that. Berry has his shot blocked.
And Florida State has gotten a good look at the basket every time down. They're just not making shots.
This is Dimitri Moss, the JUCO transfer. He turns it over. Here comes Watkins off the window. And we've got our first points of the game. Jamir Watkins.
One thing, Florida State, you know they're rangy. They like to get out in the open floor. And right there, Jamir Watkins, he sees defender, doesn't engage him, so he goes.
Shot clock down to 10. Warley inside. This is Jalen Gainey. And the Brown transfer muscles in. Two-time Ivy League here with Ursa Major.
Yeah, and
now the press
really
creates the turnover.
Possession.
Here's Green. Dead eye.
It's Leonard Hamilton today. If he would go to it at some point in this game, we see it early here. Good aggressive defense by Florida State. Florida State on Saturday night, they allowed their lack of offense to affect their defense. Yeah, their length and niche, it's just like a bunch of condors out there half the time. But that's a Leonard Hamilton team.
There's another one, Baba Miller, who stands at 6 feet 11. I thought you were going to go with Wandering Albatross, but you went Condor on me.
I went Condor. Could have gone Pterodactyls too, but I decided to stay more current.
Josiah Miles, the freshman, and that is North Florida's first field goal. And there's the follow by Jamir Watkins. Dimitri Moss, the JUCO transfer, out to Lanier, and now the threes are falling. Matt Driscoll telling us it's the way our offense works. It's usually the best shot we can get, and if it's there and it's open, you better take it.
He keeps it very simple.
Green from 18. New 20 off the offensive rebound.
Niche, they love long rebounds. They go shag them.
Well, you want long rebounds, you got to contend with
long wingspans. They can devour shots, they get deflections, and that leads to money on the opposite end. Here we go.
On cue. Here comes Josh Nickelberry. Bull Bowen, little teardrop.
Shoot the three ball, then offensively, go get the rebound. That's what he tries to preach every day. That's what his teams do, and that's why they're dangerous in these games when they play against big money opponents.
If we start worrying about their length and where the angles and the lanes might be, we get away from what we do. Our focus has to be on playing our brand of basketball.
Watch how North Florida, they get into dribble penetration gaps. They've always got vision, and they always have spacing.
5-point game coming up on the halfway point of this first half. Ja Enzi into the painted area, kicks it back out. Vanderhyde in a three. Here comes Spears, his second game with the team. Down the lane, nifty move, and one for the Majorcan, Baba Miller.
A lot of legendary coaches have left the game.
Roy Williams the year before, and obviously Rick Pitino at Louisville. Here comes Spears, gives it up. Nickelberry. Three-pointer not there. Florida State struggling from the field. Spears from the outside, that's true.
I love what Spears did on that possession. But he needs to slow down a little bit and read things. Take his time, read it, and make better decisions.
Warley gets the two in the foul. When you say slow down,
like for example, as we take a look at Warley going to the basket right here, but if you think about the last position, Brad's a great coach. I love him. I watched his teams at Wright State. I'm telling you, he can take yours and beat his, and take his and beat yours. And Anish, we're not surprised. That's how they play. Here we go.
Lanier from the outside. 6 field goals, 15 of the 20 shots are three-point attempts. Green for the answer, it's good. And if he gets going, Mark, we mentioned how much they like to shoot the three. They defend the three pretty well. Opponents Under 30% from beyond the arc. And how about the baseline drive and finish by Lanier?
This game right now and bringing the Ospreys back. 2-point shot, yeah.
He's got the ball now. Thought about it. Dumps it inside. Too easy for Miller.
Playing with his teammates. That's leadership on the floor by Darin Green Jr.
Smith on the drive. And the three good by Oscar Berry. Now will come out and set the screen. Watkins, the drive and kick. Warley has not taken a three this season. He's basically bagged the shot. Instead, the up and under with the layup. Tough angle with the right hand.
Yeah, you do not have to guard him from the three-point line, but he's good enough to get into a gap and make a play.
30% career three-point shooter. He's just said, nope, I want to be a slasher as Lanier continues with a nice first half. He's got 14.
If you're going to do it, Chaz Lanier. And then comes off the screen right there, ready to lock, load, and fire. Chaz Lanier.
Inside to Gainey. Warley banks it in. Three-pointer is off the mark.
Way to push it. Really well done.
Darin Green rattles it in.
Boy, are they hard to guard. Those Ospreys, they move the basketball.
Follows his own shot. No defense from the Ospreys.
Well, Leonard Hamilton has to feel good about the first half. His team has responded. Offensively, they've shared the ball. Defensively, they've been downright stingy at times.
Lanier again, a game-high 17. Shots on the way.
Look at that. Little step back right there.
4 for 9 from deep, 5 of 10 from the field. 8 of the 10 field goals made by North Florida. Three-pointers in that first half. And how about Lanier? Flip it, reverse it.
He is absolutely filleting this defense.
There's Green with the answer.
Do we know how to pick him in these at halftime?
Bobo Miller. Shot fake, drive, dish. Watkins lines it up and knocks it down. Oscar Berry's brother Jordan is an NFL punter. Was with Pittsburgh last year. Both Australians. And there's the three from the outside by Litteris. Another three doesn't go for Enzi. How about Dorian James? Grandpa James. They were picked near the very bottom of the ASUN, 13th out of 14th. They're not finishing that low. Gainey finishing up high.
Gainey goes up strong. This is NBA type play. No boys allowed inside. Gainey dunks it on heads. And then goes and plays, at a different level, at what would be considered maybe a lesser level by some in college basketball. So it does go both ways in that way. At least one more layer of this. One more layer of this. You can get better high school players at the mid-major level now, because a lot of the bigger schools are going to, that transfer portal. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. It matters more than you think these days. Mitri Moss had that shot altered by Bull Bowen. Spears accelerating, and it's tapped back in by Deontay Green.
There it is.
And that is Lanier. If you want someone shooting, it's him. Green with thunder.
The Florida Seminoles, when they see a lane, they attack it.
But we saw pretty darn good defense in the ACC championship against Louisville. And oh, by the way, the SEC's best non-conference win as a league was Kentucky's win over Louisville. That's league-wide. That's what makes this fun. All Florida State football did was win every single game, and we were told, nope, there's a group of people who just don't think.
After that injury, as we take a look at Primo Spears going right to the rim and finishing up right there.
if a key player is injured. But when you watch Florida State football, it wasn't just one guy. It wasn't just Jordan Travis. They had a defense. They had other players. Granted eligibility about 4 or 5 games ago. Came back against Rutgers as Primo Spears coasts in.
Steve Forbes was an assistant at Wichita State back in the day when Wichita State was dominating everybody, with Greg Marshall, the head coach at that time. And then Forbes goes on to East Tennessee State, built that program into a...
This is a team, when you look at what they did before the last 2 seasons when they missed the NCAA tournament. 2021, they won the ACC. Warley machetes through the defense. Watkins down low, too strong. Bowen the follow. School president passed him up for the head coaching job when that opened up. He said, I'm done with this. Went and became a salesman for Dow Chemical. That lasted about 1 week.
Yeah. Yep. Tom Payne. Tom Payne was the first black player to play at Kentucky. He was 7 feet tall.
Again, good ball movement, extra pass. Watkins misfires, but Florida State will take the process of getting that shot. Here's Moss through the trees, and he gets the 2.
That learned his passion for food from his father, D. Green, who's been a renowned chef for over 20 years. The first dish he learned how to cook, chicken parmesan.
I try, but I would not be what you would call anything close to a good cook. To be honest, my wife would probably tell you pancakes. There's some breakfast food, but once you start getting into stuff where you're measuring it out and you got steps, it's like playing with a point guard with no handle. Green for 3. Darin Green has had a big game. He's got 24, 6 3-pointers. North Florida about to see its modest 3-game win streak come to an end. They've had some bright spots. Jalen Smith, a freshman, he's had bright spots this year. He has opened some eyes with the way he's played against this Florida State defense with all the size and athleticism. Baba Miller rolls in for 2.
I like his future beyond college basketball. This kid has some serious skill and athleticism.
Miles launches and hits.
So there's the pluses of getting challenged and find out what your weaknesses are, but there's also the minuses of getting challenged and finding out what your weaknesses are.
And Matt Driscoll will tell them, more love than you know. Final seconds tick off. Florida State with a 91-75 win against North Florida. The Seminoles snapped their 4-game losing streak.